Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your first quarter, January, February, March reading of 2025. This is a general reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below, where I feature a half-off sale of my readings until the end of this year, 2024. The sale prices have been clarified in the description box for your information. The holidays are upcoming. If there's any reason that you'd be interested in partaking of a personal reading or gifting a personal reading, please take advantage of this opportunity. I am happy to be here. I'm happy you're here, and I appreciate all the support that you give me. So that is deeply felt gratitude to all of you. I'm going to start this reading with a general card, and I pulled the Tower card, Sagittarius. This is describing a way in which your experience is unfolding that is unexpected, even disruptive. It may not feel disruptive on the outside. If that's the case for many of you, there is a total sense of being broken open within, being shattered in some way, perhaps even feeling lost at times. There's no way that you can logically understand the way events are unfolding. It isn't that they're unfolding in a way that isn't beneficial to you. I think that you're very much aligned with this unexpected, unpredictable energy. However, you are working hard to stay collected, to stay calm, to engage your intuition, to understand that at some level, this unexpected change, a way that something is not the way you imagined it to be, is to your benefit. And I do feel for many of you, it is about simply holding that space within you that knows that this is the way it is supposed to be for your ultimate success and growth. You are challenging many aspects of your personal understanding of who you are and your world. This can be unexpected tweaks or disruptions to your personal relationships, your intimate relationships, to the way that you feel in your home space, to how you experience yourself while you're meditating. All of these are just examples of the way in which you're struggling to kind of hold yourself together as you are, in fact, shedding old versions of who you are, releasing and surrendering old ideas about you, who you are, and how that's being reflected in the experience of others who know you. The sense of a lack of recognition or surprise at the way that you're holding space for yourself. And this is really powerful, and it is revolutionary for you. And you like that. And many of you Sagittariuses that I'm speaking to are rebels, have been mavericks. And so in an unexpected way, you're experiencing this radical energy in a very familiar place that is upending your own imagination of where you would be and how this sense of finding yourself is unfolding, finding your purpose and your path. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card. I have a light that keeps going on and off, so please forgive me if I'm suddenly dark on one half of my face. If this reading is resonating at any point during this reading, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It is greatly appreciated. And I pulled the Peace card, and that seems entirely apt in reflection of the energy, the frenetic energy of the Tower card. This intuition that feels the change at every level in every aspect of your community. The Peace card reads, I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. And this actually physically is somewhat challenging to you. You are having physical experiences of who you are, your body, your emotions, your moods. You may be hypersensitive, hyper aware, and intuitive in a way that is causing you a sense of anxiety. And so this card is counseling you to hold on to that space, hold on to your peace. I think you intuitively know you're in a very powerful place. You're putting your foot on your feet, both feet, on the path of your purpose, of your authentic experience in life, your authentic gifts, and finally finding the appropriate expression for those. For many of you has been a very long journey. In January, we have the Lover's card. This is reflecting, I believe, again, a lifetime of learning who you are through your experiences. In some cases, your relationships in particular, but this can also be your experiences, your opportunities, uh, learning to discriminate between things that don't work for you and things that do. Because there is an energy around uh, your motivation that comes from your heart, a kind of natural outward positivity that you project, you have often attracted really like energies, somewhat sometimes naive. There's a sense of the world is a beautiful journey that you have that has been chastened in some way. Um, but above it all, you have come to learn that through each experience, no matter how it turned out, that you've learned more about who you are. You've understood fundamentally about the nature of your whole being, the balance within you of your masculine, feminine, divine nature, and the balancing of that so that you increasingly attract others who are operating from a place of whole well-being, uh, joining together willfully, actively in building something beyond yourselves. And whatever you're creating, whatever you're building, whatever you're launching is about you choosing you. And because of what I mentioned earlier about uh, this natural willingness to move adventurously into the world, this joyousness, this idea of where it would lead according to the norms, social norms that we all come to learn, the rules of the game that are imposed upon us, that are conditioned. Um, this journey has been much more fraught and unexpected, and you have found yourself doing work alone on yourself, the work we all must do in a way that has changed you and helped you to realize how you are opening yourself up, how you are building your vehicle of empowerment up so that ultimately you are working with others in the most productive, joyful, purposeful way. In February, we have the Temperance card. Something about the path you're pursuing is about elevating your own healing powers. There's something about your authentic expression, your creative expression that is healing. As a result of the healing you've had to undergo, the work you've had to do to reach a place of understanding the power of your gift, the power of your expression, and how it helps others. There's a whole storyteller vibe going on here where you are finding the thread, the story in what you do, your why, and sharing that in some unexpected way, I believe. Some way in which you are telling your story and magnetizing the resources, the clients, the audience, the abundance that you have sought so often by questing into the world, going out and meeting your fortune. And that is somehow being reversed in February. Perhaps your business begins to pick up. You begin to get more clients. You're networking more. You're feeling more comfortable expressing your present experience of adjusting to this new version of who you are and being tapped into your intuitive nature, opening up to the ways in which you receive information without judging it. And I think the sense of patience that you are having to stay in is not always easy for a fire sign. But I do think this is not, this is the part of the journey that you've been on for quite some time. Remembering now, by February, Pluto would have moved into Aquarius, and your whole sense of purpose, healing, adjusting to what you understand your purpose to be, the power of your expression, is something that is being revealed more clearly to you, and the value, the benefit of this patient period of adjustment and staying, keeping that space of your own unfoldment open, staying in that space despite the social storms that are brewing around us. In March, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is giving me more information about what I feel is the narrative thread, the story that you are weaving as to why and how you came to be where you are now. You have learned some important lessons along the way. You've actually entered and exited through several important gateways of experience. And at each level, you have gained incredible knowledge about uh, what you needed to learn in order to progress positively, to move positively forward, to advance yourself, to progress, to expand in many unexpected ways. And now, finding yourself in a place of this blossoming, you are looking to share that with others in a way that absolutely influences, impacts people uh, in on a I'm feeling it's on a one-to-one basis. It isn't that there aren't particular groups or a niche or an audience that you have, but your ability to share your story is intimate, uh, and that is particular to whatever kind of work or service you provide for others. But this is a kind of ready for the world energy that I'm getting. Just who you are, uh, sharing who you are, is something that is impacting and opening up the gates of success, abundance at a limitless, in a limitless way that cannot be planned, cannot be orchestrated from the outside in. This is you blossoming from the inside out and recognizing the opportunities and how to leverage those for your own greater growth and expansion. I'm going to clarify the lovers in January with the Five of Cups and the Nine of Cups. This is lovely. There's a sense that, and it's come up before, that your relationships, your opportunities, reviewing failures and disappointments has been a necessary focus for you to gain the benefit that you are now experiencing through insights, through awareness, through consciousness elevation, and that you're giving yourself over to this ability to be in those feelings, understanding how they're validating you and validating what is right for you is part of this new awareness, this new sense of wholeness that you carry into your opportunities and your relationships. So it's more about a sense of gratitude for experiences that were hurtful, damaging, harmful, heartbreaking, and a sense that you could not be where you are without those experiences. And indeed, the Nine of Cups is verifying that in so many ways for you. So the the Nine of Cups is your satisfaction that, in fact, despite the failures and disappointments, the wrong turns, the mistakes, that you have taken the steps you needed to take to get to this place of understanding that you know what's right for you and how to feel good, to choose what feels good, not to choose what is going to get you something in the way that many of us are conditioned to understand. It's not like you're a bad person for believing that, but you've learned that you have to bring yourself, your present sense of authenticity into what you do for you to be satisfied. That may not be what others need to do, but because of your now ability to understand how to discriminate between and among the opportunities you have, that you feel good and you feel good in your own skin and you are whole in your own skin. And this is a sense of real satisfaction that is where home is, where you are. That sense of accomplishment is replacing a sense of failure, disappointment. In February, the Temperance card is clarified by the High Priestess and the Tower again. Oh, I have to take these two together. And I have to see precisely a confirmation. It almost feels like an event in February that is going to reinforce the sense of understanding exactly where you're going as a function of your own hard earned wisdom about who you are and what your purpose is, how you uniquely are fulfilling your purpose, how you are uniquely serving your interests, serving others by being who you are, and what a wild ride that is. So for some of you, I'm getting pictures of a very adventurous life, a very non-traditional approach, perhaps, to something very conventional. There is a sense of truth, being the truth teller. This is a signature of Sagittarius. Honesty, brutal honesty, inappropriate honesty can be the flip side of that. Learning that you don't need to tell everything that you know. It isn't always appropriate. And here you are understanding better how to leverage exactly that wisdom in a situation that is, again, breaking open what looked like a closed door, uh, leading you through a portal that is unexpected, leading you into a new audience, a new set of opportunities, perhaps an entirely new arena, doing something somewhat slightly offset from what it was you imagined your path to abundance would be, your path to success. There's a way in which perhaps an institution, your job, your home, your relationship may be fragile or may break apart or may collapse in a way that is liberating to you. And your clarity that this is for your absolute best interest, clarity that you are articulating, clarifying that, reflecting on that, and sharing it with others in a way that is crystal clear and that understands that this is the opportunity that you have been waiting for and didn't even know this opportunity existed. This is the way the world is moving quite rapidly right now, breaking things apart, changing things radically, collapsing things we've become familiar with and relied upon, and your willingness and ability to not rely on those things, but to rely on what you know to be the best for you. And in March, the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Two of Wands, and the Empress. Yeah, this is making a lot of logical sense to me. The Two of Wands is your clarity about who you are, your strengths, your skills, your desire to expand in the world, creating a vision that is allowing you to blueprint it in some way, to outline it, to figure out your next steps, to create a rough, rudimentary plan that is less about where you're going and what you expect your destination to be. I think you've released that. Instead, it's about totally enjoying the journey. This is about your natural ability to work hard, to be dedicated to your natural generosity, cheerleading, supporting others that need your help, always questing for the truth, urging others to act on the basis of justice and equity, of doing that from a place of love, assured that what is good for one is good for all. Understanding that as each individual commits to their part of the task, their responsibility to the collective, that elevates and generates abundance in and of itself. So there's a relaxation into the gift you have, the service you provide, the job that you do in a way that you know is making the world a better place. And it's certainly increasing your enjoyment, and it's ultimately making space for you to receive some of the love that you give out to others so freely. This is letting yourself be loved, and I do feel for many of you there has been a long kind of dry spell when it comes to relationships. It isn't that you're not supported and not loved. I do believe that you are Sagittarius by the nature of your energy, your light, your enthusiasm, your inspiration. But there has been a way that you have resolved to work through your own stuff for a while, to take that on, to be in your own space, to allow yourself to honor your own sacred space. And that's been a priority. And now I feel that you're ready to receive that back. And that can mean a greater match in your relationships where joy is a considerable element, pleasure, sharing, generosity between you and those you love is being elevated. I'm going to finish up this reading with the flora and fauna of Africa and hope that this reading has been helpful. I always get a little carried away with Sagittarius. And I pulled the golden-backed frog, and the key word is ambition. Things are changing quickly. Embrace it. Release negative emotions and commit to new beginnings. Take a leap of faith. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.